How do you create a winning social media strategy that drives massive results? Hi, my name is Immaculate Uchechi Enyeribe. I help individuals and businesses grow and maintain their social media presence, and I teach aspiring social media managers how to do the same. Do well to subscribe and turn on notification if you're yet to. And if you like this video, do like, comment, and share. So let's dive in. What is even a social media strategy? So before we get right into creating a social media strategy, it is very important that you understand exactly what you are about to create. So what is a social media strategy? A social media strategy is a plan that outlines how a business will use social media to achieve its goals. It includes the content you have to share, the tools you need to use, and how to measure success. According to St. Paul's, it says a social media strategy is a well thought out plan that indicates when, how, and what content to share on multiple social media platforms of a brand. It helps you to use resources efficiently and reach your target audience. So you can see that social media strategy, it's a matter of thinking and planning. So it is basically about strategizing. So what are the steps you need to take to create a winning social media strategy? The first thing you need to do is to make sure that you define your objectives and your KPIs. Then you create your goals. So your objectives, KPIs, are goals are the first things that you have to make sure that you put in place to create a successful social media strategy. So this is basically about you having clarity about what exactly you want the clients you're managing their social media pages, what they want to achieve for their social media platform. So what do you or your clients want to achieve on social media? Is it to increase brand awareness, to increase engagement, build a community, showcase expertise or thought leadership, or you want to generate leads or drive website traffic? Do you want to drive sales or increase ROI? After deciding what the general objectives you want to achieve is, then the next thing you now want to do is to define the specific goal for each objective you want to achieve, and then choose the metrics that you are going to use to track progress, like follower growth, engagement rates, click-through rates, conversion rates, or what have you. You have to make sure that your goals follow the SMART framework, which is specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time bound. So for instance, if generating leads is one of your objectives, then the goal would be to achieve 50 lead sign-ups via Facebook campaign in 1 month, and your KPI will be number of leads per month at what conversion rate or what cost per lead to help you with your budgeting. So if your objective, on the other hand, is to increase engagement, the goal will be to boost engagement, that is likes, comments, shares, saves, and so on Facebook by 10% or by 100% within 1 month, while the KPI will be the engagement rate. I teach all of this in detail in my social media management blueprint course, a 6-week social media management training where I take your hand and walk you through everything you need to become a social media manager. The training is just for 39,000 naira, which is about $25. You can hit on the link in the description to enroll, or you can also enroll for my one-on-one personalized social media management coaching and mentorship program, where I hold your hands personally one-on-one. This is not a training or a course that you take on your own. At this point, I walk you through it daily until you become perfect. That's just for 150,000 naira, which is about $100. You can also get the link to enroll for that in the description below. The next thing you need to do to put in place to help you create an excellent social media strategy is research. And research here is in 2 ways. That is the competitors analysis or competitors research, and then the audience analysis or the audience research. For competitors analysis or competitors research, this is where you need to get out there and know the playing field. Take a good look at your competitors. What are they doing well? Where are the gaps? Analyze their content types, their posting schedules, their engagement strategies. Check out their audience and where they hang out. What social media platforms are they in? Keep links to each of their platforms to help you stay connected and continue to learn. Learning from their successes and mistakes will help you stand out in your own niche. So basically, you are going to find out the gap that you need to fill. So what gap have they left in their own social media strategy? What are those things that they are not doing right? Those things that they are not doing right is what you should capitalize on and actually make your own unique selling proposition, because the audience with that particular problem will automatically become your own audience. So those things that they are not doing well should be the problem that you are solving. After completing your competitors' research, the next thing you want to do is basically to put down all of your findings about each of the competitors that you have analyzed or researched. Put them down as a summary and include their links so that you can always go back to them to keep up with them. For audience research, you need to know your audience and create their avatar. So who is your audience? What are their pain points, their interests, their online habits? You can use tools like polls, surveys, analytics platforms to understand their demographics and behavior. You can also use the information you gather from your competitors' analysis as a guide to knowing and researching your audience, because of course their audience is automatically your audience. So once you have researched your audience, the next thing you need to do is to make sure that you create an avatar or a persona for this audience. So you can have 2 or 3 segments of audience personas so that you can tailor your content to each set and connect to them. Step 3 is basically your platform selection. So you don't have to be everywhere, rather you need to be strategic. Not all platforms are created equal. Not all platforms are for you. Your audience are not everywhere. So you need to use the information derived from your audience and competitors' research to decide what platforms are your target audience most active in. So, are you targeting professionals? Then you should be thinking about LinkedIn. If you want to engage Gen Zs, of course, you know that TikTok is where you should be. If you want to go full-time into content creation, then YouTube and Facebook is that place for you. If you are a fashion brand or a photographer, you know that Pinterest and Instagram are 2 platforms that you must be in. So focus on just few platforms, 1 or 2 at most, to avoid spreading yourself too thin. Even 1 is enough. So focus on just few of these platforms, 1 or 2, at most 3, but 1 or 2 is okay for you. And as you continue to grow, you can then expand into other platforms. The next thing is branding. What templates do you want to use for consistent themes and aesthetics? Create templates for your post to ensure a cohesive aesthetics. Think about your color palette, your fonts, the voice you want to use for your content. It is very, very important to help you be consistent. So consistency in branding builds recognition and trust, which are the 2 critical elements of success. The next thing you want to put in place are your actionable strategy. So what is going to be your strategy for community building? What will be your strategy for engagement? What will be your strategy for lead generation? What will be your strategy for sales? Your strategy should include these essential components depending on the particular objective that you want to achieve. Make sure that every action is tied back to your goals and your objectives. Now, once you've decided what your actionable strategy is going to be, then the next thing you have to do is your content strategy. Your content strategy here includes your content types, your content pillars, your content formats, your content goals. What kind of content do you want to create? Are they educative content, informative content, engaging content, lead generation content, sales promotional content? Of course, all of this will also be tied back to what? Your objectives and goals. Your content formats as well. Do you want to create long form content, short form content, carousel graphics, single graphics, multimedia blog posts, and so on? What will your content pillars be? Will they be motivational posts? Will they be entertainment? Will they be inspirational? Will they be educative? And so on. Under your educative pillars, what are the themes that you want to talk about? For instance, a social media manager will want to talk about social media management tips, content creation tips, branding tips, and so on and so forth. So your content goals as well has to be specific and within a specific time frame. Finally, your posting schedule. When do you want to post? You want to post in the mornings, in the afternoons, in the evenings. Of course, you have to do this depending on the time that your audience is most active. You can also use scheduling tools like Meta Business Suite, Buffer, Later, and so on. Consistency is the key to building trust and keeping your audience engaged. You have to make sure that your posting schedule is consistent. So that's a wrap on how to create your social media strategy. I have another video where I show you how to put all of this strategy together, and you can get my strategy development template in the description below. So go down there and get the strategy development template. Is absolutely free. I mean, completely free. You're not paying anything. Then watch the video of how to use it to put together your social media strategy. And I will see you in the next video.